Hello everyone. I'm Nila Ahmed Pulok, and today I would like to give a very small. I would like to make a very small video on the topic, which is called Blazor component communication. So those of you know that in Blazor we can create component, and in those component we can communicate through in between those component. So basically there are way we can communicate between those component. So we can do it on parents to child and child to parents, and in between those component as well. So before I start, let me make it very simple what I'm doing here. So today in this part I would like to I'm making a video on how we can communicate from one parents component to child component. So before that, I'll give you a very short explanation why am I doing this and what's going on. So I have joined a company, and I got influenced by an employee or my one of my colleague. So he had a very good habit of creating videos on the topic that he learns and what he do through the day. So I thought it would be a very good idea if I also start doing that. So what it will do is that as a programmer it will help us to improve our communication skill. So from now on I will try to make more videos on the topic that I learn. So especially the technical parts what I learned throughout my journey of being a software engineer. So that's just a first attempt of making those videos. So today, okay. So from the beginning, let me try to explain it through the very as simple as possible. So we are talking about Blazor. Blazor is a UI framework for .NET technology. So it's a combination of CSS, JavaScript, and C Sharp. So rather than other front end framework like what we have in front JavaScript, which is React, Angular, etc. So the .NET has created a framework for itself where we can use C Sharp language in our front end. So the way it works is that it built with lots we can use concepts such as component to create beautiful designs and handle the front end requests. So in component is a part of .NET technology, Blazor technology, where we can create small unit of uh, what is it called, uh, it's just a component. It's just like other component which we use in React. So it will be a part of the page where we can dynamically change our interaction of the user. So I'll I'll be look back into the more details of what component is, but just I started to make the video. Let's just finish it by explaining the very simple concept, which is how we can communicate through the component. So basically, there are three ways we can communicate. One is that we can communicate from parent component to child component. Another is that we can communicate. I mean, we can pass the data from child component to parents component or under pass request, etc. So in first let me explain you how we can communicate from child component to parents component to child component. So for that, when we build a video, like when we build a WebAssembly project on our .NET 6, we will see some parts like counter, fetch data, etc, neighbors. So in there I will build a very small button which will show me a notification how many times I have click on the counter. So let me show you in the screen. So here when I click on this click me button, it will show me the counter, uh, how many time I have click on it. So what I have done is that let me go to the code. So I have created a component. So it is very simple. How you can do it is that we can go to the add button, and then we there is a razor component uh, option. So if you click on it, it will open up and you will just give your name. Let's say I give you a new name, new notification. notification. Okay, that's good. So now this is a component and we can use that component. So for that, let me start from the very beginning. So let's say I have a in my component I want to create a button that will be showing me the number of time I have clicked on that button. So how we can do that? To implement that feature, we can create a button like this, and whatever the count is, we want to get it from the parents component, right? So in order to do that, we have to pass that data from a parameter. So how we can do that is that in our code section we can add a parameter meter, and we can give it a name, uh, public int count. Okay, that's it. It will be a property since we are getting it. Get set. Okay, fair enough, good enough. So now I want to use that button in my parent component, I mean in the counter page, right? Yes, counter result page. How we can do that? You just call that component new notification. So if we, this is how we can call it. It is pretty similar to the css or whatever html tags. This is how we can call it, and we can pass this. What is our here is we have a variable and a method. So in our child component we can pass the value of this variable by calling that parameter what we have declared on our child component, which was, what is it, counter, right? Yes, counter. Okay, now we will be sending this value of this variable to our parameter. So that way it will pass this value to our child component. So let me run the program and you will see what it is doing. Okay, okay, okay. Hot reload is not working, so let me rebuild it again. What's going on? Okay, let me rebuild it and you will see a button which will show. Okay, there is an error. Where is it? Okay, we made a mistake while declaring the property on our child component. Okay, it has been fixed. Let me run the project again. Okay, if I'm right, yes, it's working. So let me comment it out the previous component, which was this, right? Yes. Okay, let me reload, press on the hot reload. Okay, okay, let's see. So now when we are clicking on the button, it is showing us the number of time we have clicked, and it's actually called giving the passing the value to the our child component, and there we are getting the value from a property which is a parameter, and then we are showing that value through our notification tag what is we have right now. Okay, that's it. That was a very small video. I just explained what is a how we can communicate through parents component to child component from uh, Blazor WebAssembly projects. So that was pretty much it. So thank you so much. I hope you like it. That's it. It's just a pretty okay. Thank you.